Hi, everybody. This is Melissa, your free range psychic. It is, and let me just double check. I believe it's the 24th of October. Am I right about that? Yes, I am. Friday. I don't know why I was doubting it. And yeah, another week, more than a week has passed since I did my last live. Hi, everybody. Um, hey, Sonia. Hey, Palmer Ryan 3517. Good. I'm glad you're here. Good to be with you. Hey, Earth Mama, Stephanie. Hi. Hey, Sandy. Hi. Nice to see you here. Oh, I guess we've got nothing to talk about. Nothing much has happened. So, yeah, uh, I think the thing that's been preoccupying me these more than all the other egregious things this week are the continuation of this country blowing up boats and killing people that we have no idea. I mean, even if they were criminals, we have no right to not. Uh, we're not at war with them, although the government claims that we are, and they have due process. They have rights that we should, or even if they were from foreign countries, our country should respect uh, to first of all not commit the death penalty, and the idea that we have blood on our hands. Well, I don't care. I mean, we have no idea what they're doing. They're just saying that these are or these are international terrorists or something, and then boom, you're blowing up poor fishermen, or even if they're drug dealers, it doesn't matter. The whole thing is insanity. And hey, Andrea, thank you. Here, I'm going to put that up because we all need spiritual and positive vibes today, positive energy, 100%. I know I'm not starting out that way. We'll get there. But I just wanted to let people know it's on my mind. But of course, you know, it's a criminal organization and we have criminals running it. And I asked my guys just before we started, asking them, like, why are people obeying illegal orders? And my guides, they showed me that potentially those are mercenaries that have been hired, like through Blackwater, that are actually doing the bombings. That it may not strictly be our Navy, but that was just something I picked up. I didn't double check it. It just was something that had come into my mind when I was asking them. I'll ask them again now. You know, I have my pendulum and I do ask. Although I do caution to big grain of salt, because really I get my best information when I'm quiet and, you know, centered, and asking then because I hear better. But I still can find resonance here. The guides say, yeah, it's like a mercenary group. But we don't know the half of it, they're saying, that's really going on here. And it will stop. A stop will be put to it. An end will be put to it. One of the many criminal activities of our current illegitimate government, right? Our coup occupiers. And then the other thing is the destruction of the East Wing. And that breaks my heart. You know, that is the First Lady's wing. And just the symbolic nature of that, what not just the orange one, dear leader, but that whole administration, what they really think of women. Can you imagine? We don't even know where the contents are, or um, the historic nature, the devaluation. It is an attack on our country. I feel like that wing has been literally bombed, like destroyed by a foreign agent, a Manchurian candidate, and that the orange one himself is a foreign agent, which I do believe anyway. I mean, working for domestic powers, I should say. So that is so devastating. And it's our house. It's not his house. And the people themselves should take a class action lawsuit on him because that's our house. That has been going through my mind. And then it's not, it's nefarious in itself, but then there's the bunker underneath. So I was thinking, it crossed my mind last night as I was trying to get to sleep, that it was, and it was probably my guides talking to me, I think. It was saying it's not just the East Wing, it's what's underneath the East Wing, which is, we're not supposed to know about this too. They said this was supposed to be a secret, and they wanted to, this is, okay, big grain of salt, just a psychic talking to my guides. What do I know? But allegedly, or what I heard from them, is that what they showed me was they want to make this not just a bunker that's external, even though I think that bunker is extremely safe, I'm sure. They want to make it like a hub of operations that directly connects whoever occupies that with Putin. Like that's a direct hub down there. That's what they showed me. I'd be interested if any other intuitive psychics have the same hit. But what they showed me was that it's very problematic because it wasn't supposed to, like, we weren't supposed to know about this, that Putin didn't want us to know and had wanted to be in secret, which is why it was said that we weren't supposed to see it, but they neglected to build a wall around it. And somebody took pictures, or I guess the staff there were told not to leak anything, but somebody did. But I heard that from my guides that Putin's really upset because it was supposed to take place in the dark, and now it can't. Like whatever's supposed to go on there, it can't happen the way he wanted it to happen, and it wasn't supposed to be like, it was supposed to be very insidious and undercover. They weren't in Putin's mind. He didn't tell dear leader to like completely demolish it, the East Wing. It was supposed to just be really surreptitious. Now everything's like blowing, like that's blowing because they can't do what they wanted to do, this operation, because and he's like, and sometimes I think of the orange one as an evil Homer Simpson or something, Doe, like, they're like, huh? But the reason and I was listening to Cheryl Jacobs, and she was saying this exact same thing the next day, about that it's she's got a great channel on YouTube, that it wasn't supposed to be, it didn't matter, I guess, not that it didn't matter, but it wasn't the East Wing in itself. It was what was underneath the East Wing. And she was terrified about that fact. So, but it has to be, I mean, it has to be that. It has to be the bunker. The rest, I don't think I think the ballroom was just a mask of something else. Because a ballroom doesn't have to be like, 90,000 square feet or twice the size of the White House. That makes no sense either. A ballroom doesn't have to be that big. That's not just a ballroom. Think about everything that could fit into that amount of property. It's other things. Something else that's taking place there. And the demolishing. I did think about that too, and then I heard it confirmed on some YouTube channel about how, New York architects or real estate people, they'll knock something down, and then they don't want to have to go through the intricacies of all the permits and stuff, so they'll just demolish something, and then they'll deal with whatever later. And that is definitely like a New York state of mind, like a sleazy architect, not architect, but a real estate person or property owner would do that. And I guess they do that all the time. So that it breaks my heart. But I wanted to also tell you, hey, it was yes. Um, hey, Seppo, 2355 Seppo. Want to make sure that I'm saying hi to everybody. That, yeah, it really is. But they want to assure you that what I heard was it can be reconstructed. People are saying it's gone, it's can never come back. But that's not true. Yes, the original structure is gone, but there are there are architect blueprints and all the information to reconstruct that area. There's copious of renderings of it and photographs, and even if they couldn't replace all of whatever was taken, and God knows what happened to that. That's a whole nother, because the paintings and the historical objects. I mean, from I know that Washington and his wife didn't live there originally. I don't remember when it was built, but the White House itself, think about Eleanor Roosevelt and Michelle Obama and everybody. I don't know, all the first ladies. Makes me want to cry. But they said that it can like they can reconstruct it, and it can come back to almost looking exactly like the original, because they can have reproductions of the paintings. I mean, even if they can't have the original paintings or decoration, they know that hasn't been lost, that memory, that information. And they said it's going to be reconstructed. Oh, really? Hey, JC. Hey, Clearfield. I don't know if if you want me to call you JC, or if I should just call you by your email. Yeah, that's him. That's their leader. And I heard is it Michael Wolff, the author of all those books, and he's gonna sue dear leader, countersue him, because he was accused of defamation, and he's got the goods. He says it's all going to come out and discovery, the whole thing. It's not going to be good for dear leader. But he said that Trump, or our dear leader, is he would say a lot in his first presidency that about power, that he was. People said he couldn't do some things, but they said he wanted to push his power as far as he could and do whatever he wanted. And you know what it reminded me? Oh, thanks. Yeah. So what year would that have been built in? I mean, it can be completely, if it can reconstruct, like ancient Greek temples. I've been watching a lot of those, like Pompeii, like reconstructing Pompeii buildings, and they can get pretty close to whatever it was. We could do that. But oh yeah, I was thinking about that mindset, and it's a very criminal mindset. It's like yeah. Hey, Tilin. Um, it's like a serial killer. Yeah, there's boundaries and laws and whatever to not kill, but hey, I'm gonna push those boundaries, and I'm gonna go ahead and do what I want to do until I get caught, until I get stopped. It's a criminal mindset. It's not just dear leader. It's a sociopathic criminal mindset to think that laws don't apply, and you can just cross all those boundaries, and you have no respect for life, or um, somebody else's property or anything. You just keep on doing it until you can't do it anymore, and you just get away with it. And that's his mindset. That's the whole government's mindset that we have right now. Hey, Sylvia. Oh, thank you. Built in 1942 under FDR. So, what do you guys? I know you've been commenting. Um, Heather Cox Richardson said there were invaluable pieces of art and some historic piano that she said only archive movers are supposed to move. So he may have irreparably damaged all of that art. It's very possible. Remember, when was it? Like 100 years ago? No, it was just like a month or so ago when we saw that person. We saw footage of the person on like the second floor of the White House throwing a like garbage bag out of the window. You wonder what the hell was in that. That is just so like breaching everything. Just even that. And now the White House is even more vulnerable because the bunker there's nothing over it. I mean, and they're going to remove the bunker and put in another. What are they going to do? Um, it is our house. I wonder what that would be a class action lawsuit. Like, there's millions of us, millions of us. We could do it. We could afford it. Everybody put in $1. Hey, Celtic Seer, that would be millions of dollars. Got to get it like Polpak or something to take it to court because he has no right. They have no right to do that. That's so egregious, beyond imagination. Um, can you imagine telling some mover from the Bronx to just wrap the Mona Lisa bubble wrap and shove it in a closet? So that's what's been going on this week, and other things too, right? And then he always kind of amps up the drama when there's Epstein stuff. So Victoria, um, which last name does she go by now? Did she go by with that book? Because she had Dufresne, but she has another last name. Dupre, but she just published posthumously her autobiography, Nobody's Girl, and I've been listening to a lot of YouTube discussions on that book. And Vicky Ward, I think her name is, and oh no, is it? Gonna have to look it up. Tamara, or no, Tara. What's her last name? She is on a lot of shows. She actually traveled a lot with Victoria and has a lot of stories to tell regarding her own time with her. Palmieri, Tara Palmieri, and that's been really interesting to hear about. But I'm sure that's been a big problem for the administration. And apparently, Victoria's attorney has a list of all Epstein's clients. So it's all got to come out, you know. It's all got to come out. Um, oh, yeah. So hello, Suzanne. Hi. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Stephanie. It's so good to see all you guys. We all need each other more than anything now, because yeah, that's I did hear in the discussion that um, she was in a lot of pain and had tried to kill herself a couple times before. Sorry, YouTube, you know, unalive herself a couple times before. But I don't know. I mean, it is, like there were a lot of people connected to Epstein, including Epstein himself, that died in strange and mysterious ways. Hey, Ivy, hi. So it's it's murky there in the Epstein slash Dear Leader world. Very, very murky. People do kind of disappear in mysterious ways, and it's so heartbreaking. And her life was so hard. Victoria's life was so hard. Hey, Celtic Sarah, F 34 toward down the East Wing for First Ladies. Yes, the women's wing, out of spite and disrespect, wanting to have his mark on the White House. Will the Trump family pay restitution to the American taxpayer after T is gone? Well, Celtic, sir, were you here for the discussion about the potential also that it's really the bunker? Like the bunker for the White House is underneath that wing. And that's Cheryl Jacobs in her recent YouTube show was talking about how that was what was really uh, causing alarm, because that, that's that's the panic room, that's that's a special operations room, that's the situation room, the bunker. And why, how unsafe is the White House now with that torn down? And I connected it, as I usually do, to Pootie. It's all right. And that what I saw, what my guide showed me, yeah, there's a bunker there already, but the target is in. It's not just reconstructing, putting in a ballroom, but I think they want to refurbish that bunker. So why? And my guide showed me they want to make it like a direct hub to Russia underneath the White House, and that what they showed me is Putin thought they would do it in, like, nefariously and secretly, and he is upset that everybody's now going to look at that. It was not supposed to be uncovered to the American public, but stupid, the stupid staff and the stupid dear leader, they didn't take proper steps to like build a wall or a concealing wall around it. And that's why somebody was able to take a picture. Oh, really? Wow. You're talking about Virginia? Her brother said he was visiting her and was the one who actually found her and called the medics. Um, uh, Melissa, could you ask your guides if Trump's real reason for all this construction is to have his bunker expanded? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I think it's complicit between Russia and the Orange One, and they've been talking for hours. And he's apparently Melania said that she has constant conversations with Putin. I heard her say it on some show, talking about the Ukrainian children and the Russian children. That's what she was talking about. But there's something connected there. I still believe that Putin's calling the shots, and whatever the Orange One does, he does because he's been asked to do it. And yeah, he does want to make all these things about himself. And but if you everybody think about a 90,000 square ballroom does not make sense, because you can't have that's just one room in a structure. No matter how big it's going to be, it's not going to be 90,000 square feet. That's insane. So there's something other happening with that building. I don't believe it's about a ballroom. There might be a ballroom planned for it, but there's much more going on. That's, I think, twice the size of the actual White House. So we have to, we're constantly being gaslighted. We have to think about what makes sense, not what their explanations are, because they lie. They don't. If we heard them telling the truth, that would sound like a lie, because they just lie. Doesn't make any sense. But um, uh, so you want me to look into the gold in the oval? Yeah, I can do that. Um, yeah, the man cannot dance. It isn't. It can't. It's not about a ballroom. I don't. If anybody else asks their guides, I would be happy to know what they say. I can ask my guides too, because I don't think I've asked them that question. Like, if it's not a ballroom, or if it is a ballroom, but it's only how big is a ballroom's not 90,000 square feet. It isn't. It can't. It's insane to think about a ballroom. It's much more. It's a very large building with many different spaces, many different rooms, and then the bunker underneath. Is that a war room? Like, are they going to put missiles in there? What the hell is going on? Yeah, I thought of that too. That like, taking Hitler's lead, right? That really worked out. The bunker really worked out because Hitler's bunker was. I heard a survivor interviewed who was one of his like valets or something, and he was talking about it was like a residence with many families living there with living spaces. So yeah, let them eat cake. Exactly. Let them eat McDonald's. I just can't help think, even when I have doubts sometimes and I hear, you know, Orange One is going to give tomahawks to Ukraine. And then the next day, of course, yeah, he's not going to do that. Um, because he was put there by Putin and he's in constant contact. He himself has said that. It's not, we're not guessing that. Um, and, the instructions are coming. So there's so much nefarious stuff going on. It's sickening. So I'll ask that. Um, 90, yeah, it's the same as the soccer field. Um, oh, the gold from Fort Knox. So that gold is reminiscent of Putin's official resident or offices, and also Epstein had a very similar fireplace because I saw him being interviewed in some YouTube or something. And that was the same mantelpiece, the same gold. Um, so the guides say it's not about Fort Knox. It's not even real gold. It's just gold because he's so chintzy. All that money, he would pocket that money. It's just gold paint. Um, it's all about what they're saying to me now is remember, Melissa, it's all about appearance, what it looks like. It's never really what it looks like. Um, and that's why a Mar-a-Lago is such a dump. Um, yeah, please focus on him leaving. Do not give your valuable energy to that vampire. I 100% agree. Um, yeah, like Versailles, right? A grift. Yep. Celtic Seer, it's always a grift for him. And I do think that the money that he gets, it's tithed. The money that the Orange One get is always tithed to Putin. And Putin is losing money. His economy is lost and everything turns into crypto, but crypto is just imaginary money. It's not real, and it's funded by the banks, and if the banks collapse there's no crypto like that. And apparently Melania's crypto already has bottomed out because of some scam they've discovered, some grift. Um, so yeah, I saw Raskin talking about that based on his claim that he suffered damage from his Mar-a-Lago home being searched. I should ask my guides that he's not going to get that money. A lot of times, what they say these big sums of money, but in the end, they're not going to. It's all like smoke and mirrors. But it's the money. It's the exact amount of money that he says his big beautiful ballroom is going to cost, and that he no, we the taxpayers won't be paying for it. But um, yeah, I agree. Um, well, yeah, with the money that he's suing the government for, it's just continual litigation, right? Where would he be without lawyers and lawsuits? Um, he's just robbing it, really, basically, from us because all his people are there. It's a Todd Blanche, and um, so I'm hoping I'm correct about this. But the guys say it's about to end soon. And if you look at his astrology, like if you watch with Andre and the astrologers, his chart sucks. It's terrible. This is about to come to the end, Melissa. Now I hear the resonance. I hear my guides, and they continually tell me this, even though there are times I wake up in the morning and go, "Oh, guys, this is just going to be forever. What are we to do? Alas, alas." But then when I talk to the guides, I hear that things are just going to cave in. Um, so he's not suing. It's a separate process. It's a complaint to the DOJ. Um, yeah, the waiting really is frustrating. It really is, Brenda. It's terrible, and it's so challenging for all of us because it's still that we're still in that rocky boat, that my guide showed me. It's only been like a year. Seems like forever. I had this image earlier on of like the Biden White House at Christmas. I might post a short video on that just to remind people how the beauty of it. Um, I need to laugh because that's it make me cry. But no, I don't think that soon is 5,000 years. I don't think so. The guides say no, very soon. The end cometh. But that guy, he is not well. He's I don't know if he'll be incarnating again in 5,000 years. Yeah, narcissists are always like that. The older they get, and the more closer to death, the worse they get. It's my cat, Winnie. Winnie, come on, you can come on in here. It's okay. What? It's okay. Can you hear her? I don't know if you can hear her. You're all right. You're okay. It's all right. Oh my goodness. So you guys, changing the subject, did you guys anybody go to No King's Day? And did anybody dress up as a frog? I love the frogs. The frogs have my heart. Um, it's been amazing. And then watching, so the road meister, whatever his name is, the one who dresses up as a like dinosaur and goes ice. I've been really discovering all kinds. Oh, yay, JC! I've been discovering all kinds of YouTube channels covering the No Kings marches. It was amazing. Oh, the Dangerous Ones podcast. That's a really good one. That group of people. I'd never seen them before. Um, and a lot of ones will come to mind later, I know, but it's just been interesting discovering various YouTube channels. And then we're also watching interviews with the Indivisible, the husband and wife who actually like put this together. Oh my God, like where did they come from? Someone mentioned that the P will follow Trip and that would speed up his decline and removal. Oh, I'll ask my guides about that for sure. Oh, I think there were a million in NYC, but they said 500,000. I think there were more than 7 million. I heard 8 million and counting. I think that people stick to 7 million because it's like stuck in the um, mainstream, But I think there were more because if you think, and if you think about it, oh, cool. If you think about it, like also like each person who actually represented at the march is connected to more, like at least three or four, five, six more people who may not have been able to come, but are, still supporting. So there are just millions and millions of people. Um, yeah, I know you said 500,000 and it was a million, but I was just saying that it's all over the country. 7 million is not, I think it was just 7 million who signed up. But I believe I'm going to ask my guides that too. Like, how many people actually attended? Not in the world. I know they said 14 million all over the world, including South Korea, which I thought was so cool. They show us how to do it, right? Because they had a corrupt president, and they got him out. I'm amazed by South Korea and the other countries who are able to do that. Um, so let's see, how many? They say 13 million came out, actually. 13. Almost twice as many were actually out. Um, Linda, let's see, what does your pendulum say? My pendulum says that JD won't be president for more than a month. I don't see him either as being president or president for very long. I see it as short term too. Went to our local No Kings. Our fabulous Senator Merkley was there just before his 24-hour Senate floor talk. Yeah, that was amazing. He talked on, well, that never gets as much coverage as it should. The Democrats who speak out and do marathons. Oh, so, yeah, someone said it was more like 11 million here. Yeah, I think that sounds, that I was thinking 11 million before. My God, I could be wrong about the 13 million, but there were more. Let's just establish that we believe there were many more than 7 million in this country. So maybe that's critical mass already. Because indivisible, their belief is that if I think 3.5% of the population of this country takes to the streets, because they do a lot of historical analysis of other countries that have taken authoritarian leaders or removed their leaders. They said that that would be when that would happen, when we would oust a leader, when 3.5% of the population turned out. Hey, Rabia, yeah. Oh, well, he is just another like level of evil. um, how quickly he's cotton up to the white nationalist Nazis, and what he wants to like take CS's place, right, or CK's, sorry. Oh, interesting. 11.6 million needed based on Harvard researcher. Okay, good. I thank you for letting me know that, because I wanted to have like a number in my mind. Thank you, Leslie. Yeah, yeah, it was more than 7 million. 100, even though 7 million is like the biggest. If that were the case, it would still be the biggest protest in the history of this country. Um, uh, there was a group started in Portland that gave inflated costumes free to protesters. Saw their footage of a Portland frog at solidarity protest in Paris. Um, so that I think that their website's Operation Inflation or Inflatables or something like that. They have a website that you can, I should find out what that is and post it, because they have a website where you can go and donate like $35 towards costumes, and they'll give them out. That was my favorite, the furries, the inflatables. Oh, that was amazing. I've watched a lot of shorts. And the signs. Oh, I love the signs. Yes, Robbie, we talked about that already. A war on women, 100%. Um, oh, yeah, I'm not sure. I'll ask about that. And let's see. I think because San Francisco is a very like wealthy and has like a lot of like technocrats living there. It's kind of like the opposite of Portland. I'm getting a big, that's why. It's the money, honey. Like, yeah, just very wealthy people asked him not to go there anyway. Um, yeah, I mean, think about San Francisco. That's where all the, like, a lot of technocrats and really wealthy pharmaceutical people and stuff there, that's where they live. Indivisible's thinking of starting national boycott on Spotify, now running recruits on ads for ICE. I saw that too. Um, it's frustrating because somebody just came out with a podcast, and I think it's only on Apple and Spotify, and I can't sign up for Spotify. I'm still not re-signed up for Disney. I just won't do it, even though I'd love to watch. Is there a new Murderers in the Building or something on Hulu? If there is, I can't watch it not right now. Um, I believe he might. Let's see. Will Jack Smith testify publicly? There's going to be some kind of. I don't see that Congress, or I don't think there's some resistance there to letting him do that, because I think people are scared of him. Um, the Democrats want him to, but I don't think the Republicans do. That's what I'm getting. I don't know, but I'm feeling resistance towards it. But he very well might. But oh, see, there you go. Behind closed doors. So let me ask if that would be more of a possibility. I don't know if Jack Smith wants to do it, but behind closed doors. I did hear him some interviews that he gave. Yeah, he does not want to do it behind closed doors. I'm still getting. So I don't know what I'm picking up, but Clearfield. But I'm getting there's something like Jim Jordan, like wanting. There's some resistance there for some reason. He may do it though, but it's not like a clear path right now. I still refuse to buy from Hobby Lobby and Chick-fil-A. They're building a Chick-fil-A in Ann Arbor, Michigan, which is a really liberal town. And I just see in my mind's eye, like, and there's a big gay population here. And this is what I think they should do. They should just kind of book everything there and make it a place for, like, um, you know, celebrations and like it just inundated, and I can't see Chick-fil-A existing here very long. It's just not that kind of population. It's very liberal here, you know. It's like I don't know why they took over a Denny's. I just think the gay community should take advantage of making it a place, a meeting place for gay people. Um, Oh, did you hear about Pope Leo and Opus Dei? That he has, I don't know what the right word is. He has cut ties, cut affiliation with Opus Dei. Is no longer a legitimate Catholic organization, and he just did that recently, and that's a huge deal. So they're probably going to go underground, but it's no longer affiliated with the Catholic Church because of Pope Leo. It's very recent. It's amazing. I love that guy. Um, yeah, Celtics here. That's what I think. I just can't see him doing it behind closed doors, but um, there you go. Recent MSNBC headline: Jack Smith ready to respond to GOP questions, but he wants the public to see his answers. So that's what I was picking up, that there's some kind of like, um, obstacle. Yeah, it's not a clear, it may all happen. He may be out there publicly testifying, but there's some resistance on the Republican side for him to do that, and some fear. Oh yeah, he is extremely progressive. Jockey Apparel Company is owned by Christian nationalists. That's kind of that's weird. I was going to say counterintuitive or oxymoron. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Because isn't Jockey Apparel kind of a little risque? I don't know. I might be stupid about that. Um, oh, thank you. I'm going to put this up here. Operation Inflation, um, $35 donation. So I think it's just operationinflation.com if anybody wants to go there and donate. What were favorite costumes of yours? I love the unicorns. I guess I love them all, but the frogs, oh my God. And there were frogs all over the world. world. I thought that was amazing. And the frog is going to be the icon, for the resistance. Taking it back from the Pepe frog or whatever, the deplorables, because that, they have Pepe is their icon, but we got him back. We got him back. It's so bizarre. I keep on praying that, I know it's an impossible prayer, but that that members of ICE somehow go through experiences, or any one individual, where they have some kind of breakthrough of compassion, and they resist. But the other thing that's more practical is that maybe they just don't get paid, like, because this government makes all kinds of big promises, but maybe they'll walk out because they won't have a paycheck. It could happen. It could happen. So no, I did not know that ICE was buying missiles. Frogs are featured in Hindu tales. Frogs are powerful and magical. Um, I boycott forever. There is a male little shop in Tennessee that I boycotted in 1973 because they lied to me about returning a Christmas gift that I gave to a boyfriend. But and I'll try to be coherent on this. I had like three ideas going into my mind right there. Okay, backtrack. Indivisible talks about the next step, right? They say that it's amazing and wonderful that millions of people come out and protest, but now we have to go another level. And then they're talking about boycotts and general strikes. So I'm sure we'll know what and whom to boycott, but don't boycott if there's a general like boycott, support the small business owners and support the good companies like Costco, because they need to stay in business, not just withdraw the money from everybody. Boycott those companies that are specified to be boycotted. But I really think that like those small business owners need continued support. Just saying. But that is what Indivisible talked about, is that the next step is like a boycott and general strike. So let's see what the next statements are. Yeah, let's pray the people in ICE will walk away and see the light before it's too late, for their own souls. For their own souls, yeah. Did you see the footage on that ICE agent? I still think he's ICE, but I think he's like doing rehab or something. He was caught totally drunk uh, in a car with or truck with his two children in the back, and there's footage of him and the arrest that was made. And I'm sure that there must have been an Amber Alert. I think there must have been, for those two kids, because his wife was pretty quick to pick him up. And yeah, but he wasn't fired, as far as I know. I think they sent him to like a alcohol rehabilitation facility. There's got to be a lot of drinking that goes on amongst those ICE people. And what a horrible thing to be doing. And I know they offer them a lot of money, but it's like you have another chance to not be a Nazi, but you decide, oh yeah, I'm going to be a Nazi in this lifetime too. Like, this was your opportunity karmically to, refuse and resist, and you didn't. That's what I think. So Caltech Sear says, use cash and stop digital. They will track everything you spend. It will force you to budget as well. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's 100%, Brenda. The companies sponsoring the ballroom need to be boycotted with immediate effect. it's illegal. It's got to be illegal for private companies to um, have ownership of the people's house. The people's house. Imagine if millions of us sued to return our house back to its previous condition. I think that'd be a pretty amazing lawsuit. It should be, because Popak, it got the idea because Legal AF Popak, that the attorney was saying, he was just waiting for lawsuits to come. But we have a right, don't we? That's our ownership. Hey, artistic world, that's all right. No worries. Yeah, our house. So we need to be able to take it back. We have like a legal, um, yeah, we have legal ownership. So can we do that? Does anybody have any idea how we do that? 50,000, yeah, dollars on bonus for ICE, but I wonder if they're really going to get paid that money. I don't know. Yeah, that demolition is completely illegal. Oh, they have? There should be a class action lawsuit because that way then there'd be like unlimited funds, right? To be able to pay for it because we could all pay for it, or attorneys might do it for free. But oh, let's see. That's very interesting. Thank you, Leslie. A Virginia couple, Charles and Judith Voorhees, have filed a lawsuit against President Donald Trump and the National Park Service to halt the demolition of the East Wing of the White House. Yeah, it's probably some. Oh, I don't know. I can't really say who it is, but you just think about. I guess what I was thinking about is who the orange one would use for his nefarious kind of real estate demolition project. Yeah, yeah. So anybody, Celtic Seer, do you have any idea when he may make his transition to the next life? Um, he can't be well, even if sometimes he seems functional. He's just getting so much medication. Oh, vandalism. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Um, so, oh, it violates every law. But again, I do think that there's something more nefarious going on. It's not just, I don't think it's just the Orange One's narcissism, uh, to build that 90,000 square foot structure. I'm going to stop calling it a ballroom. It's going to potentially, hopefully, it won't ever exist, but he wants it to contain a ballroom, but it's something else. But it's the bunker underneath, either to leave us vulnerable right now for attack, or to create some kind of bunker that the intention for the bunker is different than what it's supposed to be. There's something wrong there. So how big is the bunker? Is the bunker 90,000 square feet? Like, what is the bunker under there? There's there's all kinds of weirdness going on, and it's happening so quickly, and there's nothing that seems to be. Instead of like doing things slowly and quietly, they're just like full steam ahead. Project 2025 to take over this country and I guess give it to Pooty. Um, oh no! Oh wait a minute, Tila. Court case started yesterday. A limited amount of corporate donations super PACs can receive. Do I see that passing? Um, yeah, that's true. Celtic Seer is saying has said that to give positive energy, try to see what we envision. But it is scary. I mean, it does seem to be getting worse. But I do believe my guides always show me a positive outcome somehow. That this is a short-lived coup. even though it's extremely destructive and God knows, it is not going to topple our democracy. Our democracy will stand strong. I always get that. Um, yeah, that's probably true. Okay, I was going to answer about the bill getting passed about the limiting corporate super PACs. So I feel like it's going to get pushed down the line. Like even if it does get passed, it's going to be appealed. But eventually there will be even more limitation than in that case. That's just what I get today. Oh, JD is just like being a mini Pootie. He's trying to scare Europe for Pootie. Big bad Russia. But I'm telling you, from what I see, Russia's they're getting attacked right now. Like Moscow isn't getting attacked. Their infrastructure is getting decimated. It's not good there. I just don't see that being longstanding, and I think that what Russia is good at is making people scared of it. But if you look kind of deeper into it, it's I don't know how long that regime has. I think it's going to fall. When will money be removed from politics? When you said that, I saw Bernie Sanders' face so clearly. Um, let's not get into any arguments here. Just we all have space to believe what we want. Um, I'm trying to be more tolerant, really, so I don't get so angry when I watch YouTube channels. Like I'll watch a YouTube guest on somebody's show, and then I'll go, I don't believe that. That's ridiculous. Why did they say that? And I just say, Melissa, that's just somebody with an opinion. It doesn't have to be your opinion. Don't get sucked into it. And that's kind of helpful for me because I can get upset about things like that, but it's okay. Um, yeah, I agree. Celtics here. We all have a right to our opinions, but I do agree also, on the other hand, you'd think I was a Libra, wouldn't you? I'm not. I'm Aquarius. Like, on one hand I see this, on one hand I see that, but that's Libra really. It is for the best to put forth a positive visualization so good things manifest. It does matter what we feel and what we think, where we put our energies. It 100% does. I do agree with that. Um, so, well, that would be an interesting case to watch, and that's going to be the direction. Mars is active. No wonder we're all in the Marsian kind of Aries type energy. I think Neptune's, yeah, that's fine. It's all right. I just want there to be peace. But I like the conversation too. I like the people with different opinions, and that's what a democracy is all about. I do too. Um, what am I missing here? Oh, is it? Yeah, I know what I was going to say. That as we come into Aquarius, talking about Aquarius, I mean, this is just the beginning of it, right? We're just in it, really. And the more Aquarius dominates the Aquarian age, so much more of this is going to be uh, coming up, and it's going to be realized, which is, money out of politics, and um, equal, the ERA, equal rights for women, and civil rights, and just down the line. Those are going to manifest because that's what the Aquarian age is bringing in. And it's kind of a rough ride right now because, straggling along is the, old patriarchal paradigm. It doesn't want to give up the ghost. It's going to fight, as long as it can, but it just isn't. It doesn't. Its time is running out. I I've been feeling that for probably most of my life, actually. um, Mars and Scorpio, warlike and people are really ticked off. Damn right. Neptune just moved into Aries again. Yeah, all this energy. But energy is extremely invaluable as long as it's put towards productive ends. Oh, really? Are you kidding me? I didn't know. I didn't know that Uranus is in Gemini. Only happens every 86 years. Um, thank you. I just wanted to put in that positive comment about the show. Thank you. I love you guys so much. Yeah, we all get to talk to each other. So I love astrological reports too. A huge believer in astrology. Neptune turned direct in Pisces, won't be back in Aries till the end of January. Oh, so okay, so so it was in Aries. It's turned back into Pisces, and then it comes back into Aries at the end of January. I didn't know that. Okay, so good to know. And are we in Mercury retrograde right now? Did that just happen? I always joke to myself about Mercury retrograde because I always believe at the beginning, it's not going to affect me. I'm going to be fine. Like, and then inevitably, within a week or two, something retrograde comes up, big time, always. So I totally respect Mercury in retrograde. Can you guys let me know? So, okay, Uranus is retrograde in Gemini and heads back into Taurus very soon. Okay, yeah, Mercury retrograde will begin. So we're in is it the shadow? Like there's a pre-Mercury in retrograde period, right? And then there's Mercury in retrograde, and then there's the aftermath of that. Neptune will be in Aries until October 20th. Was in Aries until October. Oh, so it was in Aries. It just came back into Pisces. Um, you astrology people, what do you think that will manifest as the Neptune in Pisces right now? Mercury goes retrograde on, good to know, thank you, Celtics here, November the 9th. So you guys get ready. There's nothing you can do about it. As you might dot your I's and cross your T's right now, but it has a function. It's not meant, like, it's not just like a bothersome period of time. It's supposed to make you step back, kind of unhook, from your schedule, unhook from your expectation. I have to this has to, happen. And it will put things in the way, give you car problems or computer problems but you're supposed to take that time to detach from material things a little bit and be in a more spiritual state of mind or a quieter state of mind. And it brings you into the present. That's the function of Mercury retrograde, because we can't always be like robots or kind of like androids or something, and just work, do this, and this, and our life just passes by. It reminds us that we are spiritual beings, and that things are temporal. Oh, so the shadow period started on the 21st. The shadow period is now. Thank you. Queen Elizabeth passed during a Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde, I wonder if the government, and I'm surprised you guys didn't ask me this to ask my guides. Is the government, how long is the government shutdown going to be? Oh, I can't believe it's already like an hour past. What was the observation? I see. The Queen passed during the Mercury retrograde. Yeah, absolutely. It depends where it is in your chart and the work you've done as to the effect, 100%. So some astrologers say that the shadow period is 2 weeks on both ends, which I guess means, there's still Mercury retrograde is, it's approaching, so there will be some aspects of your life that are going to be influenced by that. or really come into the fore when the actual shutdown retrograde period is there. Um, I asked about the shutdown. Okay, I didn't see your question. Will the Dems get anything? So you have to forgive me on this because I want it to be a positive answer. I'm just going to be honest. So, but I'm going to still ask. And when I ask, I try to be detached and just hear what they have to say, whether it's, positive or what, or I don't want to say positive or negative, or whether it's a yes or no, whatever. Let's see. The government will open, and even is it Grahava, the congresswoman, will be sworn in. That will happen. It's not shut down forever. So when and the Democrats, I'm getting the Democrats, the healthcare extensions will be extended because there's such overwhelming uh, uh, like pressure from people, millions and millions of people, and corporations, and there's all kinds of things happening in the background. Do you know like how they call like Trump? Sorry, the orange one taco. It's kind of like that. Like they're against it, against it, against it, the GOP, until all of a sudden it passes and it happened. Like they like to talk a big show, but in the end, if they get a phone call from the orange one, they'll cave. And why would the orange one want the government open? Because of his donors, because of he will fold to like the concerns of the business world. So when will that happen? I won't get it. I know I won't get a specific date, but sometime within the next couple of weeks, they say. And I want to ask, like, okay, so Mikey, little Mikey Johnson, he will have to swear. He's getting sued, by the way. Arizona, the state of Arizona, is suing him for not swearing in their Congresswoman elect. He's forced to. He has to. And this is something else I've been wondering about. He may lose his speakership. Behind the scenes, he may be removed as speaker. I'm getting a big hit on that. What's anybody else hear? Yeah, because to have so many people not get health care, and all the and people losing their homes and all this stuff, and not the orange one cares, but I think some of the representatives might uh, they don't want the mess. Um, Celtic Sir says this Mercury retrograde is Sagittarius. Information from foreign sources will be quite revealing. I know what information I want to come out. I want the truth about the election to come out. Yeah, yeah, and that's Halloween would be an important time to open. I think they will be forced to open. I think they will cave to the Democrats. I think they will. Oh, you have? Leslie says if she's seen other readers say that Johnson is going. I see MTG. I see Marjorie, who is now like agreeing with the Democrats. And others like her will rebel against him because he's just such a failure. What are we talking about here? Guy Teen told me that it has to be investigated even down to the cement for civilian. Oh, we're talking about the East Wing. Are we talking about the East Wing, Gene? Yeah, I didn't know that. This is an ongoing fight, but we are going to be victorious in the end somehow. And hopefully 2026 will be a much better year for us. Oh, yeah, 100%. My heart's broken over the East Wing. That's our wing, and that's the women's wing, and it's um okay. So I guess it's time for me to say goodbye. I love you guys so much. I'll be back next week, probably more of the usual day, Tuesday, in the afternoon. Can I ask, is 2 p.m. a better time than 3 p.m. Eastern for you, or doesn't it matter? Um, we'll we'll talk about other questions then. Yeah, I guess it has to get ugly enough for people to wake up. I was just talking about that with somebody, and there's maggots, or I shouldn't call them maggots. Sorry, that is that too demeaning? I just hear some people call them that. I don't want to dehumanize them because they are people. Um, but the MAGA people. Oh, by the way, I'll leave you with this: is make Argentina great again. Oh, I think that's so funny. Now when I think about MAGA, I think of that. Make Argentina great again. Oh, and the last thing I'll leave you with, you know what my favorite sign is? There's a lot of them, but the one with the frog that's done in like a Obama style poster, and it says "hop" instead of "hope." I love that so much. I want one of those. Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Okay, you guys, I love you. I'll see you next week. And that will be before Halloween. Um, my favorite time of year, actually. You guys take care. Okay, bye bye, everybody. See you soon.